How's it going, everyone? My name is Faerghast and welcome to a video talking about the unreleased and unfinished Infernal Mode in 3 houses. Before we start, I do want to say that if you can detect some congestion in my voice, it's because I'm dealing with a hardcore cold. It's very cold in Canada, germs everywhere, it's a nightmare right now. And if you guys don't know who I am, like I said, I'm Faerghast. I cover a bunch of different kind of topics around Fire Emblem, from chapter design to character analysis to let's plays, to old classic memes, that kind of thing. This channel does all of it, so if you're interested in Fire Emblem content on YouTube, definitely consider taking a look at the channel and maybe you'll stick around. That'd be awesome. So yes, Infernal Mode is a difficulty in 3 houses that is both unreleased and very unfinished. As you would expect, it is much more difficult than Maddening, but only because enemy stats are inflated even higher to a ludicrous amount. Some chapters have balanced enemy units, but they are simply scaled higher than their Maddening counterparts, sometimes from 10 levels to upwards to 50 and 70 levels higher. As you can see, I'm dealing with level 80 Dimitri right now. That being said, this mode is mainly unplayable, not only because it's too unbalanced that you need to hack your own stats to actually win these chapters, but also because some chapters are scripted and some are not. Meaning that the prologue, for example, cannot be completed, as Costas will not even appear on the map. In Edelgard's route in the second last chapter, it will not end as a certain greed-haired enemy unit will not appear. I haven't tested it myself to see what happens if you beat Infernal, since the enemies are literally capped. There used to be codes that could be used to change difficulty on the fly, but that hasn't been updated to work with since 3 House's latest version. My point being, many chapters are in different stages of being unfinished. However, in save skipping chapter to chapter, you can see that most of these chapters have enemy units completely maxed out in their level stats or bordering on maxed. So the proof is on screen. Infernal Mode is a thing and it does exist. The question now is, with the announcement of Wave 4 a few days ago, will they release Infernal in a finished state? Funnily enough, myself and a lot of people thought Abyss Mode meant Infernal itself, when it seems to just mean that Ashen Wolf's story all along. Maddening Mode was released for free in early September along with Wave 2's DLC, and since there's a free update in Wave 4, could it be this? Another question to ask is, yes, Infernal Mode exists, but is it even worth it for Koei and Instance to continue working on it? As it stands now, it's in a very unfinished state that could very well have been dropped after realizing how needless it is. Maddening is plenty inflated enough, and if all that's changed is even more inflated stats, is it even worth the effort? At that point, we're getting into Shadow Dragon levels of difficulty options, so if that floats your boat, I guess. On the other hand, Maddening itself is borderline an exercise in futility like half of the time, but it's still there. So IS and KT can just be like, chew on this, you psychos. What would be the reward for clearing this mode? A purple title screen? Some gold accessory Fire Emblem Heroes style? Now I am ripping on 3 Houses difficulty right now, but personally, I kinda do hope it gets released alongside Wave 4. Maddening was fun for the most part and provided a extra long-term challenge to go along with Wave 2's mainly aesthetic and kind of short-lived updates, but who knows how long Cindered Shadow's path will be. We learned a bit of new stuff about it since the new article on Serenae's Forest dropped the other day as well, which I'll talk about in another video later, most likely. At the end of the day, Infernal difficulty definitely exists, and the masochist inside of me wants to play it in a finished state. This is coming from a guy who proudly played Conquest Lunatic, suffered through Thracia Blind, and lived to tell the tale. So I guess only time will tell. February 13th, let's see what happens. Anyways, folks, that's going to do it for this quick video about Infernal difficulty. Maybe it's going to come out for Wave 4, maybe it won't. Maybe it will stay in the abyss of 3 Houses' unreleased code. So folks, if you did like this video, please leave a like and comment. If you didn't even know Infernal Mode existed, let me know down below. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more Fire Emblem content like this, like I said, I'm a channel completely dedicated to Fire Emblem and sometimes Kirby, but not really. And we talk about gameplay, map design, chapter design, character breakdowns, a bunch of different things that you can get into, so stick around. Anyways, guys, hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.